Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. I'm Jenny Olson-Silik, and we've got an all-new show for you this week. Now, during our social distancing practice, my husband Matt and I are out in the turkey woods. We're still trying to fill our turkey tags here in the early season. No luck yet, but we're still at it. What we're going to show you this week is what Matt and I were doing while social distancing and trying to catch some springtime fish. And Jimmy and Jordan have some other springtime excitement in store for us this week too.
Well, that's right, Jenny. We do have a few more things on this week's show. I'm still out here trying to fill my turkey tag, but Jordan Brown and his wife Angela, along with their 2-year-old, had an awesome opening day. You won't want to miss that. And then Gabe Van Warmer is going to show us everything we ever wanted to know about hunting turkeys with a 410. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at rbmjigs.com. By Angler Quest Pontoons. Angler Quest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information, anglerquestpontoons.com. By Polar Craft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polar Craft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com.
Well, it's April 16th. I'm out here on a beautiful, cold, crisp morning, doing a little scouting, listening for gobbles this morning. It's only about 22 degrees when I got up, so pretty chilly. There's a lot of birds on this farm. I did hear some birds way off in the distance. This is where I killed my turkey last year on opening day. Really cool hunt. Happened actually a little bit later in the morning, but happened opening morning, and called in a couple of times right into the spread. Had some really cool footage, multiple camera angles. Really, really great hunt. Actually, my opening day hunts the last few years have been really good. The year before that, I hunted with a good friend of mine, and we actually doubled up on that opening morning. Super fun hunt, and only lasted about an hour. So last couple years, opening day has been really good to me. We'll see what this year brings. It's going to be a little different this year. My wife has a tag, and I also have a tag, but I think we're going to make the primary goal trying to get her a bird first. I did check a trail camera last night on a property that we've never turkey hunted before, and actually had a trail camera kind of set up for surveillance on this 2-track, and there's just birds all over it. I mean, almost every day in April there's been a Tom that's walked up and down this 2-track at some point during the day. So that looks like probably our best bet as far as maybe getting my wife Angela on a bird. Opening morning of the 2020 turkey season here in Michigan. It's definitely the latest I've ever been out on an opening morning before. It's about 20 after 7. Going to be hunting with my wife Angela this morning, and we have a associate producer with us. Hadley is going to be joining me in the blind. It's my 2-year-old daughter. We've been in quarantine here for the last few weeks and have been trying to stay away from other people, so we don't really have a babysitter, and we still wanted to attempt to get out turkey hunting. So, baby sister, don't say that. So we want to get out here and see if we could do a little turkey hunting. We're going to have a pop-up blind with Hadley and I in it, and we're going to sit Angela about 20 yards away and hunting a small piece of property that has had quite a few birds on it lately. We have a ton of trail cam pictures out here of birds, so hi honey. I have no idea how this is going to go. Should be entertaining if nothing else, so we'll see.
Opening morning of turkey season 2020. We're out here a little late because we have our 2-year-old in the blind with us, but birds are gobbling like crazy, so we're hoping that we can get a miracle today and get one done on the first morning. But either way, it's a beautiful morning, super calm, and yeah, we're hearing lots of gobbles, so stay tuned and hopefully get one on the ground here shortly.
We're gonna need some luck to make this work, no matter what. But the birds are gobbling, and that's the first part of the process, so I'm hoping they kind of follow the script to what they've been doing on trail cam and hopefully get a bird to wander in here. But this should be fun. I think if we can make it more than an hour, we'll call the win, so we'll see. It'll be fun sitting here for a little while. It's a beautiful morning, and we're outside, so it's all good. We'll see. You say good luck. Well, we've got a couple birds, it sounds like, working their way in. We're having a little trouble here in the blind. But, oh, I see him.
Here's something. I hear something.
Those are turkeys. Remember, we gotta stay very quiet. Okay?
I'm okay with it.
After a long back and forth, these two toms finally closed the distance, and now we just needed them to get a little closer for Angela to take a shot. And in the meantime, I was trying to make sure Hadley didn't make too much noise.
I hear something. So.
I can't believe that just worked. Mom, I got a turkey.
Yeah, done.
Woohoo! We're all done. Unbelievable. That is a huge bird. Ange is out there on him right now. Oh my goodness. With a 2-year-old right here in the blind. Did Mama get one? We had to bring a little frozen into the mix. down the home stretch there, but
I hear
we got done. That's your mom. She got a turkey.
get out.
Yes, we can get out. Woo-hoo.
Ooh, there.
How that worked out, I have no idea. Hadley, did you see those birds?
I'll come here.
You want to see it? Yeah, he's going to give us some good meals, isn't he? Some turkey nuggets. All right, so opening day of turkey season here in Michigan. And we somehow, by a miracle, got this done. These birds started gobbling, and I actually could not see them for quite some time, and then decided to pop over the hill, and they gave us quite a show. I've never had birds put on that much of a show, and let alone with my 2-year-old daughter hunting with me. So Dad did a great job of keeping her entertained, and she loved watching the turkeys come up, and we were able to get it done on this beautiful tom, probably my nicest bird yet, and just an incredible hunt. You know, obviously with the quarantine, things are a little different this year, and we are making the best of the situation, and it worked out perfectly, and I could not be more grateful for a beautiful morning of hunting with my family and for a hunt that I'll never forget.
This truly is a hunt our little family will never forget. The current lockdown has put a damper on a lot of the outdoor activities here in Michigan, but in this case, it provided us with an opportunity to do something we never thought possible. So whether you're chasing gobbles with a 2-year-old in the blind or just going for a walk around the block, make sure you're still spending some time in the outdoors.
Well, here we are at home. I think it's day 22 of staying at
22.
home. Our self-quarantine social distancing. This is my husband, Matt, for those of you who don't know. So we're getting a little stir crazy, and we live here in St. Clair County, and just about a quarter mile down our dirt road, we have access to the Bell River, and the suckers are running. So we're going to walk down there and give it a whirl. So tell us what we're going to use here today.
Well, basically, you don't have much to work with. They say just a hook and sinker with some crawlers will do it. Just got a couple different things, worms, different color sponges.
Yeah, it was raining last weekend, and we have a bunch of worms that come out onto our driveway when it rains. So we went out and got some driveway worms. We're going to give those a whirl too, and hopefully we'll get some suckers. So just a little weight, couple of hooks. Matt and I got set up on the muddy riverbank near a deep hole, and a little ways down we were joined by our neighbors Jay Taylor and his 14-year-old son Gage. Matt and I were mindful to keep our distance from Jay and Gage and fished well beyond the required 6 feet apart for staying safe during the governor's current executive order. Jay and his wife Lisa owned this beautiful piece of property where they enjoy deer hunting, fishing, and even morel hunting in the spring. The first spot we fished wasn't producing, so we made our way upstream around the next bend, and that's when Gage connected with the first fish of the day. I zoomed in with the camera and watched from a distance as Gage landed his fish.
Second cast of the day, or not of the day, that spot. He bit the first time, and the second time I caught him.
Nice work. Very cool. What are you using? Just worms?
Worms and a weight.
All right. Are you putting them back?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You want to weigh them?
Gage's sucker ended up tipping the scales at 7.6 pounds. He normally likes to fish for bass and hasn't done much sucker fishing, so this was something new for him. It's been a few years since Matt fished for suckers, and he was enjoying this.
Well, we started out down there just below the rapids, and not too much there, so we moved upriver here and Gage already caught one, so I just had a nice little rip.
So is it hard practicing social distancing with 2 other anglers out here?
No, we're staying apart. They're fishing together and we're fishing together, so we're staying 10, 15 yards apart, so we're good. It can be done.
Matt was getting a couple of bumps on his bait here and there. He had tried a couple of different offerings and had on a bright-colored piece of sponge on one hook and a crawler on the other. The crawlers seemed to be the ticket today, and as it started to rain on this chilly spring afternoon, he hooked into one of those Bell River suckers. Nice! Can you get down there and get him? You need some help? Ooh, it's a pretty little one.
There we go. Just walk him along the beach up here.
Trying to net this fish was a bit of a challenge. With me running the camera and the neighbors keeping their social distance, there was a little scramble to get the net to Matt, but we figured it out. Yeah.
Come on. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
There he is. Oh, he's beautiful. As beautiful as a sucker can be.
Almost got the colors of a dark walleye.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brush him off a little. Beautiful.
Nice little Bell River sucker. Fun to catch.
Well, yesterday fishing at the end of our road, Matt caught just that one sucker, and then the landowner's son, Gage, ended up with that really big one. That was kind of fun. So today we're just 2 miles down the road at Columbus Township Park, the same Bell River. We're not very far down the riverbank at all, but we thought we'd try a different access point and see if we can catch some over here. This is kind of a spot where the locals like to come fish, so we're giving it a whirl over here today. Another beautiful spring day.
It's got one down there.
So I just went down the river, hiked down a little ways to do a little recon and see if there's some better holes down there. First plop of the sinker and bait into the water, and I was just picking it up to see if anything was there or if I got another snag like I was doing here, and I got my first sucker of the season. In these crazy times we're living in today, there are a lot of things we can't do, but there are still many ways to get outside with household members and enjoy something as simple as sucker fishing from shore. Be sure to make some time this spring to recharge your soul in Michigan's Out of Doors.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at the 410. The 410 has kind of been maligned over the years as far as a turkey gun is concerned, but in recent days, with the new turkey loads that are out, a lot of people are looking at this a little bit differently. This right here is a break open Thompson Center Encore. It's got an MGM 410 barrel, and it actually has a turkey choke in the end of it. So this is a really good gun to be able to take a look and see what this will do. This is not going to be a super long range gun. What I wanted to do today is dispel some of the myths as far regarding shot size. A lot of people think bigger is better when it comes to turkeys. You got to have that knockdown power. But people don't think about the amount of pellets that you're shooting and the distance you're shooting, especially when it comes to the 410 shotgun. When you're using a 410, you're already at limited range. You don't need to be able to shoot 45 yards and kill a bird. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to look at a couple different shot selections and some very, very common loads. We've got a Winchester Expert game load in number 6s, a Federal game load in 7.5, a Remington Sporting Clays load that's in number 8, and then we also have Winchester AA target loads in 9-shot. So one thing you got to remember is all of these have different load sizes. This isn't just a standard load of number 6s, number 7.5s, 8s, or 9s. This is varying loads. So a couple of these are actually 2.5-inch loads where I'm shooting a 3-inch gun. So I can shoot 3-inch Magnum loads out of this gun. But a couple of the smaller shot size I've actually got in a 2.5-inch cartridge. So that's going to give us a little bit of perspective on how it lines up with Magnum. So let's go ahead and start shooting, and then we'll talk about the results. Well, as you can see, we did a lot of shooting. We shot a lot of shells at a lot of targets to see what this would do. We've already sighted this thing in, so we know that it's hitting in the right spot. It's throwing a good pattern. Every shot is a good pattern. Once again, this is a Thompson Center Encore frame. It is a Boyd's custom stock, a thumb hole stock, and it's an MGM, a match grade machine barrel in 410. That's the gun that we're using. Nice little compact gun, doesn't kick at all. Perfect for women or kids, or even just a hunter that wants to fool around with a 410. But let's take a look at some of these targets. So we shot this gun at about 27 yards. This is about the furthest range from when we've shot it before. We've kind of determined that 27 yards is about the farthest we're going to be able to shoot this gun. Come back to 25, it's better. Down to 20, it's excellent. So what I want to show today is that if you pay attention to your payload and the shot size, you can really tailor yourself a good round. For instance, if you shoot a smaller shot size, you're definitely gonna have a whole lot more payload. If we go with number 6s, we have 225 pellets per ounce. If we go with 7.5, we have 350. With number 8s, we have 410. And with number 9s, we have a whopping 585 pellets per ounce. But we weren't shooting a full ounce in these 410 payloads. We were shooting much smaller than that. So the first one we shot was the Winchester number 6s. In the 3/8 ounce payload that we were shooting, there's only 84 pellets in that whole shot cup. So there's not a whole lot of pellets going down range. The next one we shot was a Federal number 7.5 shot, and we only shot an 11/16 ounce payload in that, which had about 240 pellets. At 27 yards, that's about as far as you're gonna be able to shoot with that. The next one we shot was a Remington Sporting Clays load. This was a number 8 Sporting Clays load with a 1/2 ounce payload. This is my favorite one to shoot out of my pistol. We've taken several turkeys on camera with this gun with a pistol, and this is my favorite one. Out of the full-size shotgun, I was curious to see how it would do, and it did pretty well. It threw a good pattern, and in that 1/2 ounce of payload, it only has 205 pellets. So 7.5s to 8s, we're also losing about 35 pellets. But in the next one, we have a Winchester AA. This is just a target load, okay? So this is not much payload. We're only shooting a 1/2 ounce of payload, but we're shooting number 9s. With number 9s, we're getting 292 pellets. So we're gaining about roughly 90 pellets. Pay close attention to the shot size that you're using. If you drop down in size, you increase the pellets tremendously. So the first thing we took a look at was the maximum range of this 410 that we have right now at about 27 yards. We pulled that into 20 yards to see how it would do in there, because we knew that that would be about the range that we really want a turkey in real life situations. And if you look at that, the Winchester number 6 game loads, which only had like 84 pellets in it, shot decent. That shot pretty good. But if we take that and we go to the 7.5 shot, look at how many more pellets hit that target. And if you increase that with even more pellets with a number 8 shot, remember, this is only a 2.5 inch cartridge. This is not a 3-inch Magnum. We dropped down in shot size and length of cartridge, and we got some really good patterns. And if you go up to number 9s, we are shooting target loads, the Winchester AA target loads, only a 1/2 ounce of shot, and take a look at that pattern at 20 yards. That is definitely gonna kill a turkey. The final conclusion is shoot your gun. Every gun shoots a little bit different. This gun really likes just about everything. You can shoot just about everything with it, but consider shooting smaller shot size than you'd normally shoot with a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge. Instead of shooting number 6s, bump up to those 7.5s or 8s, possibly even 9s, which is a very small shot size. We have shot many turkeys with number 8s and number 9s out of 410s, pistols and long guns, and had very good success. We've had pass-through shots of number 8s at 20 yards with a 410, so they are plenty good for shooting those turkeys come this spring.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. We sure do appreciate it. We're going to do our best to try to bring you as much new stuff as we can here in the lockdown. One thing we did want you to be aware of, and most of you probably are if you're an angler or a boater out there, you're not supposed to be using a boat with a motor on it as part of the executive order. Well, just a few days ago, the Michigan United Conservation Clubs filed a lawsuit against the DNR and against the governor's office, saying that that rule is unconstitutional. From what we understand, that's supposed to be heard by a judge yet this week. So we'll try to bring you as much up-to-date info as we can on the television show and our social media pages as well. These are crazy times, so be safe out there, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man.